quickly, what's the data that's available, sir, on the trial of this drug?
So there are there's 12,000 patients studied, and that showed the 70% benefit. Then there is, interestingly enough, there's a very important study done by Methodist Hospital Network in Houston, which we actually studied very carefully with the people who did the study, and there was a good scientific discussion around it, and they demonstrated very clearly that over thousands of cases that they have done, that they could reduce the hospitalization to the patients who ordinarily would have required hospitalization, and also the number of deaths were decreased by 80%. So there are many good studies like this done around the world. So that is why the DCGI, in his wisdom, also approved it on the basis of the data presented. And there is no real side effects, as I told you already. So there is downside is not much. Of course, it costs money, but otherwise it gives great hope to people who may get infected. But like I said,
your advice is that
my warning is very clear. Just don't think that there is monoclonal antibody available, so let me throw caution to the wind, and if I get infected, I'll get relief. That would be the most irresponsible thing anybody can do. So protect yourself still, but unfortunately, if you get it, there is relief available from Wednesday onwards.
Excellent. And as soon as you get an RT-PCR test, head to a doctor, head to a hospital, because this is a dedicated COVID treatment drug, isn't it, Dr. Trehan? Not repurposed like several others.
Like it is, no, although the concept of monoclonal antibodies already exists, but these two antibodies that have been chosen, the casirivimab and imdevimab, these two are known to block the spike protein of the COVID-19 virus. And they have been tested against many variants also. And they have shown that there is no change in the efficacy against many of the variants, including B1617 and B1117. So these laboratory tests have shown that yes, they are effective against those spike proteins. And as we roll it out, we are doing, by the way, at Medanta, because we are one of the dedicated centers, we are doing a what we call phase 4 trial, in the sense that we will record all the data. We will stay in touch with the patients. We will see how they progress. And then we will publish this post-market study as soon as we have a few thousand patients. So we are now looking forward to it and seeing that if it is truly worth it, and we would recommend it to the people accordingly. So,
wish you all the best, sir. And before I let you go, so people with comorbidities or children above the age of 12, this is a drug even for them.
Yes. Now, comorbidities should be understood very clearly, and that, you know, that we have all those described already in many forms, but basically the most common ones are diabetics, hypertensives, heart disease, immune compromise, overweight, where your body mass index is high, and if you are on chemotherapy, if you are getting any of the rheumatoid suppression drugs. So there is a whole list of it. The doctor is the best person to advise you, and we are giving out the advisory right now. The company has also given out some, and we have made some educative videos from Medanta, which we will circulate freely. Dr. Sushila Kataria from our team has already made a very descriptive video, which if you see it, you'll understand the whole gamut and understand who is it for, how effective it is, and when you should get it. But the one-line advice is, if you are a candidate for it, go seek it as soon as you test RT positive, because the sooner you give it, the more you block the virus, because the virus should not be given a chance to replicate, because this is the first 7 days are replication, so the outer limit is 7 days from start of symptoms. So but the sooner, the more effective it is.
Dr. Naresh Trehan, as always, such a pleasure talking to you, sir. It's heartening. I mean, there's so much gloom and doom, but amidst this comes this report that there are medicines that we can try, and wish you all the best, sir. Wish you all the best, Dr. Trehan, for joining me here on India Today.